Alexis, and I am a scleroderma patient. I'm also 7.5 months pregnant, and I am here today to show you what I have been doing with yoga for scleroderma to nurture my body through this transition time. So it's important to practice yoga to keep your body moving, to help with your breath and be able to breathe since you've got a little one crowding your space, as well as to nurture your body during this time when you've got lots of aches and pains and you could feel good one day and terrible the next day. So join us while I show you the seated poses I've been doing, as well as poses on the floor. And all of this can be done in your bed with adjustments for safety. So first, I'm going to show you some standing and seated poses, stretches that will help you stay strong and flexible, as well as help you with any aches and pains you might be having due to pregnancy. So the first pose we're going to do, we have a chair in front of us for safety. So you can hold on to the chair or stand just near it so that you have a place to grab if you have problems with balance. So take a deep breath in and bring your arms overhead. Stretch up as tall as you can. And if your arms go to here, that's okay too. And then we will fold forward, grabbing onto our chair where we are stable. And you can spread your legs out a little bit to make room for baby. And this stretch here is mimicking downward dog or forward fold. And you're going to really feel this down the back of your legs. Take a couple of full deep breaths in through your nose. And we want to make sure that we are comfortable in our stretch. If at any point you feel the notice of pain, then you would move out of the stretch and find a better place to do this. So even if you're right here, you'll still get some of the benefits of stretching down the backs of your legs. Okay, take a deep breath in and slowly come all the way back up to standing. And I'm going to adjust my chair. Our next pose will be an adjustment for Buddha squat, which traditionally you would go all the way down to the floor for Malasana. I'll show you that real quick, and then I'll show you the adjustment. So Buddha squat in a regular yoga class would normally go all the way down here. And I've been practicing this for a while, but some days I cannot do this. So on the days where you are not doing that, and I'm going to use my items to help me come all the way back up, you will use a chair. Grabbing onto the sides of the chair, making sure you're stable and sturdy. Spreading your legs apart a little bit more than hip width. You'll hold onto the chair as you bring your knees out to the side and just squat down just a little bit. Stay here for maybe 2 breaths. And come all the way back up. Now this can be a big work on your quadriceps, so only again go as far as is comfortable for you. So now that we're in our chair, next thing we're going to do is some seated side bends. So we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, arms overhead if you can. If not, if you're right here, that's okay too. What we're going to do is we're going to stretch towards the right side And you can bring your right arm down and hold on to the chair for safety. And stay here for a couple of deep breaths. But this will really make space in your left side body. Open up your lungs. Make space for baby. And on your next breath in, come all the way back up to center. And as you breathe out and drop our left hand down, holding onto the chair for safety and stretching over towards the left. Again, opening our right side body, making space for your lungs. And on your next breath in, all the way back up to center and hands to heart center. And there you go for your seated side bends. This next stretch we're going to do is an adjustment of cat-cow. So normally this would be done on hands and knees on the floor, but as that can put a lot of stress on your knees and your wrists, we're going to do it in a chair today. So what you'll do is just plant your feet on the floor, sit up as straight as possible, and we're going to bring our hands to heart center, and as you breathe in, we're going to open up our arms, look up to the ceiling. And as you breathe out, fold back down, chin to chest, hands to heart center. Breathe in and open up. And breathe out, tuck your chin to chest. Now, cat-cow brings a lot of flexion to your spine, helping you stretch down your spine as well as opening up your chest. So that's a really good one to keep your back from hurting so bad carrying around that baby. The next one we're going to do is a seated twist. So normally in pregnancy, it is not ever recommended to be doing twisting, lots of twisting. But this is a very, very gentle version of a spinal twist, and it is totally okay as long as you listen to your body. And of course, if you have concerns, talk to your doctor beforehand. So what we're going to do is just place our left hand on the outside of our right knee, right arm on the chair behind you, and just gently twist just a tiny bit towards the right. Stay here for a couple of deep breaths. And come back to center. And this time we'll go to the left. So right arm on the outside of the left knee. Left hand grabs the chair behind you and just gently open towards the left. So you see in this pose, we're really just twisting our shoulders open. We're not really moving the belly at all, which is why this is a safer spinal twist during pregnancy. On your next breath in, As you breathe out, unwind back to center. Excuse me. Reconnect with your breath. And now our next stretch is probably one of my favorite. I have, I think with all this chronic autoimmune stuff, I get pinched sciatic nerve quite frequently, but even more so in pregnancy because you've got someone pushing on that region. So here is a seated pigeon, which will help stretch out that sciatic nerve and stretch down the sides of your legs as well. So we're going to bring our right ankle on top of our left leg. And you can stay right here, or you can just bend forward just a tiny bit, making sure you have enough space between your leg for your baby. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Bring your right leg back down to the floor and set up to stretch the other side. So left ankle on top of right knee. Deep breath in. If you have space and you want to gently lean forward just a little bit, that's okay. You'll feel the stretch all the way through, like the outside of the knee and up the back of the flank. And again, everything that I've done while sitting in the chair can also be done while sitting in your bed. And your next breath in, come all the way back up and bring your left foot back down to the floor. So this is it for our seated stretches. I hope that you have found these helpful in stretching out and helping with your aches and pains during pregnancy and in dealing with our autoimmune issues. All right, now join me as I show you more of these poses on the floor on our mat. And I'll also show you how to get down to the floor safely if that is something that you would like to do. Again, if you are not comfortable going all the way down to the floor, you can do these poses in your bed as well. Okay, so since I'm standing up, I need to get down to my mat. So I've got a chair here for safety, which is on top of my mat so that it does not slide. And what I'm going to do is just bend my knees a little bit, bring my forearms to the chair, and gently start to sit down without putting pressure on my knees or my wrists. And now I'm on the floor. Okay, so now that we are down on the floor on our mat, you can see I've got two blocks next to me that I will show you how to use here in just a moment. First things first, we're going to take a second to connect with our breath. So we want to do the best that we can with our full diaphragmatic breath, meaning we're breathing in top, middle, all the way down to the bottom, filling our lungs as much as you can through your nose. And we'll just Easy seat, breathing in through your nose deep and out. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. Just providing yourself with a steady flow of air. Practicing your breath work for concentrated time every day is helpful in managing symptoms of scleroderma, as well as in nurturing your body and helping you through pregnancy. On your next breath in, go ahead and bring your arms overhead or as far up as you can. And when we breathe out, we are going to side bend to the right. You can bring your arm to the block. Opening up our left side body, making room for baby and for your lungs. And on your next breath in, coming back up to center. As you breathe out, dropping down to the left, opening your right side body. And again, you can either reach your arm or you can keep your arm here. It's about what's comfortable in your body. Taking another breath in, coming back up to center, and hands down to heart. And now we're going to do our seated twists. And these are gentle twists where we primarily just twist our shoulders open to the right and then to the left. So we're really not doing any movement in our tummies, which is where our baby's at. So take a deep breath in, bring your left hand to your right knee, and right hand, you can either put the block behind you and place your right hand on the block as you twist your shoulders open to the right. Or of course you can have your hand on the mat if that's more comfortable. Excuse me, take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, unwind and start to set up to twist to the other side. So right arm on the outside of the left knee. Bringing your hand just behind you, either on the block or the mat, and twisting your shoulders open to the left. This is a nice stretch through the back of your shoulders and the top of your spine. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, come back to center. Staying connected to your breath. We'll start with a seated cat-cow. And this is an alteration. Instead of being on our knees and our wrists, which can sometimes be painful for scleroderma patients, we will do a seated version. And this is great for pregnancy because our spines are curving towards the base in order to support baby's growth. And so this will really give some movement flexion to your spine and help with those aches and pains down your back. So what we're going to do, you can bring your hands to heart center. We're going to take a deep breath in, look up to the ceiling, and open your arms out to the sides. And as you breathe out, bring your hands back to heart center, tuck your chin to chest. Breathing in, looking up, opening your arms. Breathing out, tucking your chin, hands to heart center. I'll do this a couple of times. And when you're done, simply come back to center and rest your hands. Next, we will do a seated bound angle. And one thing I want you to pay attention to here is you will bring the soles of your feet together, knees out towards the sides. And with all the hormones that are coursing through our pregnant bodies, that can have a tendency to loosen up the tendons, especially in your pelvis area as you prepare for baby arrival. So what we want to do is we want to bring our blocks and place them under our knees so that we do not overstretch. So then thinking where your feet are at, you can bring them closer to your body if you'd like, or you can leave them further out front. It's really about what's more comfortable for your body. And sit up nice and tall once you've settled into this pose. And we've got plenty of space here for baby. And what feels really good to me is to bring my hands to my feet and just with a straight back, lean forward just a little bit. This gives a stretch through my pelvis and my thighs, as well as down my back. And if you don't have blocks at home, which most people don't usually have blocks at home, you can use, a small pillow. I've got some small pillows here. These are still supportive to your knees so that you don't overstretch those legs. Or even a rolled up blanket would work as well. Take a couple more deep breaths in here. And when you're ready, go ahead and sit all the way back up. And you can bring your legs out in front, removing the blocks. And we are going to set up for a seated pigeon. And then we will do a supine pigeon, which is laying down on our mat. So for a seated pigeon, sit nice and tall, and we'll bring our right foot on top of our left leg. And you can just straight back and lean forward just a little bit. So you'll get a stretch down the outside of your right leg and also down the back of your left leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and sit back up and switch sides. Now, sometimes this can be hard to do just to sit up straight with your legs out in front when you're pregnant. So that's why I'm going to show you also the lying down version. Making sure to give just as much attention to the left side as you did the right. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, back up to seated. And we will adjust ourselves to lie all the way down on our mat. And once you get here, take a moment to again reconnect with your breath. Leaving your knees up and the soles of your feet flat on the mat. And to set up for that supine pigeon, we'll bring our right ankle on top of our left knee again. And if you can, bring the left knee towards your body, reach through the legs, and hold on to the left leg. This is one of my favorite stretches for working on that sciatic nerve pain. And be mindful of your body. If you feel like you can pull further towards your chest, that's okay. But definitely make sure to give enough space for baby and belly. We don't want to squeeze too much or at all. You just want enough to stretch the outside of that right leg. And when you're ready, you can release your hands, bringing the left leg back down to the floor gently. Right leg down to the mat. Deep breath in. And start to set up for your left side. So left ankle on top of right knee. Breathing in deep, bringing your right leg towards the body, reaching through the left and grabbing onto that right for stability. And if you have GERD and lying flat is not good for you, you can always put a pillow under your neck, give yourself a little bit of an incline, and still get just as much of a stretch out of this. And when you're ready, bring your foot back down to the mat. And take a moment to stay connected with your breath. And now we will start to set up for our relaxation portion, or our reclined goddess. I'll roll over onto my side and help myself up. And this time, since I do have GERD, I am going to make a small incline for me to lay on while I lie in relaxation, as that will be much better, not bringing that acid back up, leaving gravity to do its job. So I've got a couple of large pillows here. I've got these throw pillows. That I will stack in kind of a staircase manner. And then I will set my large floor pillow on top of that, giving myself a nice incline. And again, while we're in relaxation, we'll have our knees out to the side. So we want our blocks to support our legs, so we are not overstretching. So take a minute to settle in, figure out where the blocks are most comfortable for you. And as you lie here in reclined goddess, feel free to close your eyes down and simply connect with your breath as you absorb all the energy and work that you've just done to take care of your body. And when you're ready to come out of relaxation, Take another deep breath in and out. And slowly start to work your way back up to a seated position. You can roll onto your side and use your arms to help you up. And there we are at the end of our time together. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you found some useful adjustments and poses for your scleroderma and pregnant body.